All right, today we're doing something, well, pretty ambitious. We are going to distill the absolute core lessons from 40 of the best money books ever written and turn it all into one simple roadmap for building wealth.
So, think about this. What if you could get all the key insights that have literally created millionaires? I'm talking the exact strategies from 40 different best-selling books.
And do it all without reading a single page? Well, that is exactly what we're going to do right now. Because, after looking at all of them, the entire path to building wealth really just boils down to three essential levels.
Yep, the whole journey. We can map it all out across these three distinct levels. Seriously, think of this as your personal roadmap, the one that can take you from zero all the way to $10 million and even further.
Okay, so let's dive into level 1, master your mindset. This is the foundation, right? This is the journey from zero to your very first $100,000. And the crazy part? It doesn't start in your bank account. It all starts right here, between your ears.
I mean, how many of us grew up hearing stuff like this? Money is the root of all evil. But what books like Secrets of the Millionaire Mind show us is that these beliefs, they literally program us for failure. So the very first step is to completely reframe that thought. Money isn't evil. It's just a tool that can buy you freedom.
The psychology of money makes this super important distinction. Being rich, that's about having a big income. And you can usually see it, right? The fancy car, the huge house. But being wealthy, that's what you don't see. It's the money you haven't spent, the assets that are quietly working for you in the background, building real, lasting security.
Okay, so to build that invisible wealth, you've got to have some powerful habits. First, Atomic Habits teaches us to focus on the daily process, not some far-off goal you can't control. Second, you got to create urgency. The 12-week year has this amazing idea. Treat every 3 months like it's a full year. Third, get organized. Get all those tasks out of your head and onto a list for real clarity. And finally, and this is a big one from Essentialism, you have to learn to say no to protect your yes.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad just boils this all down to one super simple question you can ask before you buy anything. Is this thing going to put money in my pocket or take money out? That's it. Building wealth is just a game of acquiring as many assets, things that put money in your pocket as you possibly can.
All right, let's do a quick thought experiment. I offer you a choice. Option A, $3 million in cash right here, right now. Or option B, a single penny that doubles in value every single day for 31 days. Which one are you taking? Now, be honest, your gut is probably screaming, take the cash. But let's actually look at the math.
Would you believe that single penny becomes over $10 million? That, my friends, is the absolute magic of the compound effect. It shows you it's not about one big lottery win. It's about those small, consistent gains that just explode over time. This principle is the engine behind all long-term wealth.
Okay, so once you've got that compounding mindset down, we move to level 2. This is all about building your wealth engine. This is what takes you from 100,000 up to that first million. And here, the focus shifts. We go from our internal mindset to actually creating real value out there in the world.
So the cash flow quadrant breaks this down perfectly. See, on the left side, you're either an employee or you're self-employed. Either way, you're trading your time directly for money. There's a hard cap on how much you can earn because there are only so many hours in a day, right? The real secret to scalable wealth is moving over to the right side. That's where you become a business owner, leveraging systems, or an investor, leveraging capital. You have to break that direct link between your time and your income. In this example from the 4-Hour Workweek, it just nails why breaking that link is so powerful. Look, the banker's absolute income is way higher, sure. But the entrepreneur, they're making more per hour, and this is the important part, they have freedom and control over their own time. So I gotta ask, who's really the richer one here?
So how do you actually build a business that gives you that kind of freedom? Well, the Lean Startup gives us the perfect blueprint. The big idea is, don't waste years building something in a cave that nobody actually wants. Instead, you build a super simple version fast, get it out to real customers, measure how they react, and then you learn from that data. It's just a constant loop. Build, measure, learn.
And as you're building, you have to ask yourself this one question. Am I jumping into a red ocean? One that's bloody from all the sharks fighting over the same customers? Or am I creating a blue ocean, a wide open, untapped market all for myself? The data couldn't be clearer. The biggest profits, they're always found where there's little to no competition.
All right, this all brings us to the final stage. Level 3, become a multiplier. This is the big league. This is how you go from $1 million to 10 million and way, way beyond. This level is all about scale, it's about leadership, and it's about building things that can grow far beyond what you could ever do on your own.
You know, Simon Sinek talks about this golden circle, and it's brilliant. He says great leaders and great companies always communicate from the inside out. They don't start with what they do, they start with why they do it. What's their purpose? Because here's the thing, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. If you want to inspire your team, your customers, it has to start with a clear, powerful why.
But as you scale, you have to avoid this one massive trap. It's called the E-myth. It's this mistaken belief that just because you're a great technician, say you're an amazing baker or a brilliant coder, that you'll automatically be good at running a business. But those are totally different skills. Real, scalable success comes from building systems. That way, you can work on your business instead of being trapped working in it.
And one of the most powerful systems you can create is for your money. Now, most businesses do this. Sales minus expenses equals profit, right? Well, Profit First completely flips that script. It says sales minus profit equals expenses. You literally take your profit out first, and then you're forced to figure out how to run the business on what's left. It's a simple, genius system that guarantees you're profitable by design. And finally, to achieve real long-term dominance, we've got the hedgehog concept from Good to Great. It's based on this old parable. The fox knows many things, but the hedgehog knows one big thing. So for your business, what this means is stop chasing every new shiny object. You have to find that one big thing. Find the single intersection of what you're deeply passionate about, what you can truly be the best in the world at, and what actually makes you money. That sweet spot, that's your hedgehog. So, there you have it. 3 levels, all built on the wisdom of 40 of the most incredible money books out there. Level 1, master your mind. Level 2, build an engine. Level 3, become a multiplier. The question now really isn't what to do anymore, it's what are you going to do first?
Look, we've just laid out the exact roadmap that countless others have used to build amazing wealth and real freedom. The path is crystal clear. The rest of the pages, well, they're yours to write. Now it's your turn to take that first step.